So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered has been rumored for quite some time now. Back in 2018, news outlet Charlie Intel reported that, quote, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered has no multiplayer, not developed by Raven. So it was known for a while that this game would be getting a remaster of the campaign only, with multiplayer being left out, unlike the original Modern Warfare Remastered. And well, we learned today that these rumors and leaks were indeed true, as Activision Blizzard has not only announced Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, but just flat out released the game. Today, March 31st, 2020, it's out now. You can go ahead and buy it. But there is a caveat in that you can only get it on PlayStation 4 currently due to a timed exclusivity deal. So if we fast forward through the trailer right here, you can read, Campaign Remastered available now on PS4, pre-order now on other platforms and get the UDT Classic Ghost bundle instantly. So for PC and Xbox, you can only pre-order with PS4. If you have that console, you can download it and play it right now. And this was something that was reported by Charlie Intel as well, noting that Activision Blizzard has announced and released Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered first on PlayStation 4. It costs $20. Now, I will say that $20 does seem like a pretty reasonable price for a campaign remaster for a Call of Duty game. Those campaigns tend to be pretty short, and with a multiplayer component missing, there was no way they'd be able to get away with charging full price for this thing. $20 isn't such a bad price point for what you're getting here, but it's problematic that there is this timed exclusivity where for a month, you're only able to purchase this game on PlayStation 4. It is noted right here that other platforms release to follow on April 30th, so exactly a month from now. It should come as no surprise that plenty of people are upset about this. It's more understandable when a first-party title is exclusive, given that it is the platform holder who is investing in a game, and it's because of their investment in terms of money, manpower, and resources that the game could be made. But this is a third-party exclusivity we're talking about. Those are less forgivable, and that's why you're seeing tweets like this from folks like Alana Pierce, who said, I understand it's just business, but now of all time seems like a really shitty time to release a one-month timed exclusive video game, referring, of course, to the ongoing international incident that's caused a lot of people to social distance and hold themselves up at home. And plenty of other outlets have referenced this. Here's an article from Forbes who said, 1 month of timed exclusivity is always annoying, but during a time when everyone is, or at least should be, hunkering down at home and practicing social distancing, this is more than a little ridiculous. Now, I would surmise that this was a deal that was worked out a few months ago before this whole situation happened, so that's why they're probably still following through. But, you know, these are multi-billion-dollar corporations. They can afford to forego one deal in order to help people spend time at home while they're holed up. But, you know, this is just how corporate deals work. You know, they care more about money than, you know, just doing the consumer-friendly thing, especially during these times. And then on Reddit, you can find posts like this. Modern Warfare 2 PC and Xbox players have to wait a whole month before playing. And here's a whole post complaining about that. Everyone's complaining that there's no multiplayer, which doesn't bother me very much. I'm very excited to see the story and game that I obsessed over as a kid. But PC and Xbox have to wait 30 more days? This is absolute bullshit. First, PS4 gets survival for a year, and now we as PC gamers and Xbox peasants have to wait for a whole month. As soon as I heard that it was coming out today, I grabbed my debit card and ever since have been waiting. This is bullshit and there should be something done about it. And then scrolling down, you'll see comments like, that's a lost sale for me then. Was only gonna impulse buy it if it had come out tonight for PC because I'm bored as fuck in quarantine. Same, was planning to buy tonight but will pirate it when it comes out a month later. So there's plenty of protest surrounding this move on both Activision and Sony's part. On top of that, Charlie Intel reported that there are no plans to remaster Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. Instead, what Activision Blizzard is planning to do is take the new Modern Warfare that was recently released and put out classic maps for that game. It reads right here in a statement provided by Activision. Rather than release a separate multiplayer experience as a standalone pack, Activision and Infinity Ward are looking to bring more classic map experiences to new life within the Modern Warfare universe as it continues to grow and build over time. Which, I guess is better than nothing, but a lot of people really enjoy the way Modern Warfare 2 handled multiplayer. All of the components surrounding that people really enjoyed and would have liked to see that return in some way. And then there are others noting the irony of them wanting to not split the community by having everything in this newer Modern Warfare, but then releasing Modern Warfare 2's campaign only on PS4 starting out for a whole month. Now, it should be noted that Activision, Blizzard, and Sony having this sort of exclusivity deal is nothing new. Recall that with the recently released Modern Warfare, it was announced back in September 2019 that PS4 would get an exclusive mode for a whole year, more specifically Spec Ops Survival Mode, that won't be on other platforms. I covered this in a video when the news broke, and yeah, plenty of people were upset about this, and this is just a mode. Now we're talking about an entire game. The entirety of Modern Warfare 2's remastered campaign is being locked behind this month-long exclusivity deal, and sure, it's not year-long, unlike the survival mode for Spec Ops, but this is just a mode, whereas Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is, again, an entire game. It's just a really shitty thing to do, this kind of third-party exclusivity that's so just anti-consumer. And even back with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, there was plenty of, play new Black Ops 4 content first on PS4, including new specialists and maps, as well as seasonal events. So this has been a recurring thing for a few years now, and you may recall that Destiny 2, once an Activision franchise, also had something similar where PlayStation would get exclusive content, and this was something that happened throughout both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, if I recall correctly. But after Bungie split with Activision, keeping Destiny and sort of going their own way, it was only after that suddenly Destiny 2 content was no longer exclusive to PlayStation 4. So the Bungie-Activision split happened back in January 2019, and then it was in June 2019 that we learned Destiny 2 content would no longer be getting any sort of exclusivity thing with PlayStation 4. So that goes to show that this is all very much a result of Sony and Activision making a deal on a publisher level. Developers probably really have very little choice on the matter. And same thing goes for the news right here that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's remastered campaign is only available on PS4 for an entire month. Yeah, I've never been a fan of third-party exclusivity. Many of you will know if you have been following my channel for a while now. It just, I get that there's some money being exchanged behind the curtain, but it's just, they're already pretty rich as companies, Activision Blizzard is making a boatload of money, not only from sales of Call of Duty games alone. They sell, tens of millions every year. We're also talking about a franchise that is steeped with microtransactions and battle passes and whatever. Activision Blizzard makes plenty of money. There's no reason for them to do this. And same thing goes for Sony. They're a pretty successful company, especially the video game division, with PS4 having sold over 100 million units. All of their first-party titles experiencing major success. And for them to just do this, it's unnecessary. It's money for the sake of money. It's just anti-consumer. It's greedy. And it is especially a bad look during a time when people are finding ways to spend time while they're holed up at home, just trying to weather out the current situation. So I'm not a big fan of what's going on here. The game does look pretty good, not gonna lie, and I do like the $20 price point, but this exclusivity deal kind of puts a stain on what could have been a fairly successful and fairly well-received game release. That's not to say people shouldn't look forward to checking it out, but I understand why so many would be upset, especially for those who only own an Xbox or a PC, or folks like myself who like to play first-person shooters on PC because I'm just more attuned to a keyboard and mouse style of controlling first-person shooters, aiming and shooting just comes easier to me with keyboard and mouse. I just can't do it with joystick, so I would have liked to play this on PC, but that's not an option for, 30 days or whatever. So, it's a shame. And as much as I love Sony and their games and the way they've been handling this generation of consoles, I just cannot get behind the way they're securing exclusives like this. So yeah, this is one man's take on Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered's timed exclusivity for PlayStation 4. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on this whole situation. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Yong Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out.